My name is Monica McEwen. I'm happy to contribute to the Share Her Story series. I currently work as a managing director in Deloitte's government practice. And my two lessons that I want to share today are first, to be vocal about the things that you want in your career. And secondly, and it goes hand in hand, which is to ask for help. So when I say be vocal about the things that you want, I don't necessarily mean raise your hand when a job comes up and say, I'm interested in that job. Rather, be vocal about the things that get you excited. Share the things that you're passionate about and make sure that your interests are very well known so that when those jobs do arise, people think of you. Early in my career, I didn't have any idea what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I started to observe the people around me and I started to see that there were certain characteristics of things that people did that interested me. And there were certain things that I was really passionate about that got me super excited to go to work every day that I wanted to have an opportunity to do more of in my career. I made a move from a kind of hands-on keyboard technical role into more of a sales-oriented role. And in that time, I had told people, hey, this is something I'm really interested in. I'd really like to kind of make this pivot. And I asked them for help along the way. I asked what I needed to do to be successful and what I needed to do to be considered for those roles. And that's where the kind of asking for help comes into play as well. When I made this move from more of a technical role into more of a sales-oriented role, sales is a very binary way of measuring. And so, there's folks that deliver revenue at the top of the leaderboard and at the bottom of the leaderboard. And I would take the opportunity as I was kind of considering this pivot into a new role. At the end of every quarter, I would call the top 5 or 10 folks at the top of that leaderboard and ask them for one tip in terms of what they thought made them successful. And they would share that with me. And so I sort of coalesced all of this information and knowledge over the course of a couple of years, and then really pulled all of this information into my sort of knowledge bank, and then used it to create my own way of going about sales, but leveraging all of these tips and tricks that I had learned along the way. And so I think that really helped me. As my career progressed, I knew that I had an interest in getting into more of a leadership role. I really liked the idea of being able to mentor people and to help people and to lead people. And so once again, I made that very well known to my leadership team and said, this is something I'm really passionate and interested in. And what are the things that I need to do so that next time one of those roles becomes available, you might think of me, or you might consider me as one of the people that could fill that role. And so I would say the two lessons: be vocal about what you want, and don't be afraid to ask for sort of that next thing. And then the second is, if you continue to be a lifelong learner and continue to try and take on new tips and tricks along the way, you will continue to have great success in your career.